Welcome to Armorgate Radio Communication. I'm Kola Johnson, your host on this wonderful program, Leadership, Technology, and the Future. On this particular program, I believe it's been insightful, it's been a brilliant time, and it's been worth your time, where you learn about leadership in business with a global outlook. Today is another wonderful day, a wonderful Tuesday, where we bring another wonderful, amiable, informative program your way on this same theme of leadership, technology, and the future. Today, I'll be discussing leaders, story architects, and crafters of digital narrative in the era of intelligent machines. I'll say that again. Leaders, story architects, and crafters of digital narrative in the era of intelligent machines. Yes, we are in the era of intelligent machines, and no doubt about that. So what we want to do is to unpack a single urgent idea that I believe that every leader has, and that is leadership is changing. The idea that leadership is changing now from command and control to designing powerful narratives. And in the era of intelligent machines, the leader's craft is part strategic. That is, part of what you want to do as a leader is part strategic, part storyteller, and part architect of digital meaning. So we've said it over and again, I've said it over and again on this program, the AI, artificial intelligence, gives you what we call the data, the raw form of the data, but you as the leader, you give meaning to that data. You give the human face to it. So we are the architect of digital meaning. We give meaning to the digital age we have found ourselves, the balls around all of these things. So, and I want to begin with this. I want you to imagine with me, and this is 2028, we're in 2025, but just, I want you to work with your imagination right now. In 2028, and you are Zara. We all know Zara, right? You are Zara, a 32-year-old climate activist in Lagos, leading a global youth network. I imagine that you've got a TED Talk deadline in 48 hours. Follow me, right? The stakes are, these are the stakes. So you are rallying 10 million viewers to fund reforestation in the Amazon. You sit at your desk, laptop glowing, and AI, you just speak to the AI, craft my story. That's what you whisper. AI, craft my story. And you speak to it, tell it all the information you want to tell it. And in seconds, an algorithm spins a tale, vivid holograms of thriving rainforests, personal anecdotes drawn for your social feeds, woven with data on carbon sinks that could save a village. Flawless, except, is it yours? We face this question a lot. Does it capture the sweat of your first protest under Nigeria's relentless sun? The raw fear in a mother's eyes as floods, does it capture this information? Or has the machine polished away the grit that makes leaders like you unforgettable? This is a very powerful illustration that I think that we should be open to, because these are ongoing conversations. Some of it we don't have answers to them. Some of it, they are individuals determine the kind of answers we give to them. All right. Now, this isn't science fiction. I hope you know that. It's our reality. It's our accelerating reality, and it's going on. It's been going on for years now, and it's going to go on. There can only be improvement. You hear of new tools springing up. We've heard of ChatGPT, we've heard of Delhi, we've heard of Grok more recently now. We hear new tools, Claude AI, and all of those things that can craft a personified story for you, and this is very important. Now, again, journey with me in 2025, the global AI market hits, and this is statistics now, hits $391 billion. I'll say that again. The global AI market hits $391 billion, rocketing towards $1.81 trillion by 2030. That's a staggering statistics, you know, just in 2025. All right, AI market hits $391 billion and is moving towards $1.81 trillion. That's a huge statistics, and I think we should pay attention to it very much. And these are not just numbers. I hope you are taking note of that. These are not just numbers. It's a tidal wave reshaping how we lead, how we architect stories that move mountains, and how we craft digital narrative that bridge continents. But now, here is the God point statistics that wake you up. It should wake you up. By 2025, AI could eliminate 85 million jobs worldwide. Yet, I hope you are not oblivious to this fact. World Economic Forum, pardon me, made mention of this. You know, in 2025, 85 million jobs will be eliminated worldwide. Yet, it will create 97 million new ones. You know, that's a net gain for humanity. 12 million net gain. I mean, more jobs will be created. So you see, the advent of AI is both a gain and a loss. Just like in the season when we began to move from typewriters to computers, some people lost their job. As much as computers replaced human efforts in typewriting, it also created newer jobs. So for folks who can see where the future is, they are able to handle it, then they are able to do something with the future they are seeing. All right, now 63% of organizations, pardon me, plan AI adoption in the next 3 years, but only 15 to 26% of leaders, you, the vanguard, are truly ahead. It means that you, we, me, and you that are able to be in this 15 to 26% are truly ahead. You know, reporting over 25% revenue growth by blending human intuition with machine precision. So, you know, we must be able to understand what AI brings. This is not speaking of replacing the mind, you know, the human mind with AI tools. No, but this is speaking to us using AI to even grow our business. Yes, AI can help you grow your business if you can use it wisely, and that's why you should listen to this particular episode. It will help you learn how to craft stories, how to craft your own stories. Now, first, the landscape in 2025. 78% of organizations worldwide use AI, you know, up from 50% in 2022. So you can imagine the difference. A source driven by generative tools like ChatGPT-4 and DALL-E, you know, in creative industries, this manifests as hybrid professionalism, right, where humans and machines co-create. So talk of co-creation, you know, not just relying on human now, but co-creation, because machine has years of data and billions of data. You see, John Pavlik in 2023 study in digital journalism calls it a new paradigm. Journalists, filmmakers, and marketers become curators of AI outputs, blending machine speed with human soul. Think of it this way: AI handles the scaffolding outlines, you know, data visualization, even initial drafts, free you for the emotional core. A 2025 MISA report reveals 33% of executives now use AI daily for such tasks. You see, I've often said this, I tell this to folks, that entry jobs are no more, especially in the creative, like writing, for instance. You know, entry level roles, you can't play the entry level thing anymore. You have to bring something more than just what AI can do. You see now, so because it's being replaced, you know, and this is signaling a leadership edge that we must evolve as leaders. But let's make this relatable. I want you to picture this now. Raj, a 28-year-old social entrepreneur in Mumbai, right? He's bootstrapping an edtech startup to teach coding in rural India. Right? Pre-AI, he'd spend weeks scripting grant proposals. I mean, if you've written grants, you can relate with what I just said now. Right? You know, developing stats on statistics on dropout rates, you know, hypotheticals of empowered kids, you know, becoming innovators, all of this. And now AI crunches UNESCO data. It means that in seconds, AI can develop data even from UNESCO, WHO, any of these world organizations in seconds. What you will spend weeks doing, AI will do it in seconds. Now, it also crunches India's 260 million out of school children and generates a narrative from mud huts to code camps. One girl's journey mirrors India's digital dawn. You see what I'm saying now? Raj tweaks it with his aunt's folktale. You know, every situation have a folktale. He tweaks it with his aunt's folktale of the clever weaver, you know, infusing cultural heartbeat. You know, the result is a $500,000 grant in months, lost in months. You know, this is a humanistic win. The story isn't just funded, it feels alive, rooted in Raj's heritage as pardon my pronunciation now, Kanta Dihals of 2023, imagining AI explores. Such narratives counter dystopian tropes, turning AI from enslaved mind to empathetic ally. From enslaved mind to empathetic ally. I must see AI as an ally rather than see it as an enemy, you know, that is empathetic. You must see it as an ally, you know, rather than an enemy, you know. And I want to quickly speak to the reason why we must see this as a pivotal and important aspect of what we are doing. Let's start by stating the stakes, right? Artificial intelligence and intelligent agents are scaling across business functions, reshaping jobs and leadership roles. Again, the World Health Organization Forum's recent research forecasts large-scale job and skill shift across industry, like I mentioned when I started, and says the coming years will create many new roles while transforming old ones, meaning leaders must anticipate change, not react to it. So I'm speaking to your heart, dear leader. Anticipate change, be a part of the change, don't react to it, don't be reactionary. I want to, you know, also speak to the fact that technology can generate outcome, humans decide meaning and purpose. You know, storytelling, the ability to craft narrative that attract talent, align themes, and mobilize communities is the built-in human advantage. All right, is the built-in human advantage. All right, defining, you know, what we do, you know, and we must be at the forefront of this change. All right, so I want to speak to definition and framing now, just so we are clear about what we are doing. You know, just three concepts I want to just speak to. That is leader. From the topic, leader is someone who sets direction, creates conditions for others to act, and is accountable for outcomes. Story architect or digital narrative crafter, you know, is a leader who deliberately designs digital stories, brand narratives, internal narratives, product narratives across channels and touch points, whether human centered or evidence backed, and built to work with intelligent systems. All right, so that's story architect or narrative crafters. Now, when we speak of intelligent machines, we are speaking of that's AI. I mean simple words, AI, including generative models and agentic tools that can plan and execute multi-step workflows. And a McKinsey survey shows organizations are moving from experimentation to scaling. Many are already using AI in at least one business function. All right, and a growing share and are exploring agentic systems that take actions across workflows. This matters because the tools you will lead with today will be the tool your team wake up to tomorrow, and it's very important, right? So let's look into the science of storytelling, or like some people would like to say the art of storytelling, but I chose to say the science of storytelling. Right? Using evidence storytelling, improves learning and retention when your storytelling is evidence based. And I'll speak to this as we go on. Cognitive research and leadership studies shows that people remember facts far better when wrapped in narratives. I mean, you can remember some folk tales. If you're told, I personally, there are some tales from my younger days that I can still remember till today. Practically, stories build identity, trust, and alignment. And this is Harvard-backed research. In that research, it shows that well-crafted organizational stories move people to action in ways raw data seldom can. For instance, a startup CEO wants to shift from feature releases to mission-led product sprints. Instead of memos and mandates, she crafts a 3-minute digital story, a short founder narrative, a customer vignette, a crisp feature states image. She distributed it as a short video and as a note to an AI assistant that personalizes follow-up for each member. All right, it results in faster alignment and more meaningful feature design. And this is very important, very, very important. I can't state this long enough. All right, and again, this has been Amogate Radio Communication, under Amogate Consulting. At Amogate Consulting, we help you create strategic stories. We help you create brands that last, speak to your brand and everything we've been talking about here. We help you check your business, help you create strategies, and help hold your hand in executing those strategies. So again, at this point, I will take a break, and this has been Amogate Radio Communication, where we talk about things that concerns your business and leadership. My name is Kola Johnson. I'll see you after this short break.
Amogate, founded in 2008 out of a desire to build transgenerational structures for organizations, institutions, and nations. We have worked with large businesses, international development organizations, and public sector ministries and agencies. Amogate, our uniqueness is that we do not just work for you, we work with you. For example, we do not leave you to the task after sourcing talent that will help the new hire settle into robust leadership development programs. We are technical experts in advising and supporting institutions on strategy and leadership, artificial intelligence, strategic human resource management, public sector reform, finance, audit and tax, FAT, and strategic communications. We do all this and more out of a desire to transform nations through institutions and organizations. For further inquiries, email contact@theamogate.org or call +234 810 999 6666, +234 807 957 4151, and +161 0504 6026. www.theamogate.org. Amogate, building to endure and transforming nations through institutions and organizations.
Welcome back to Amogate Radio Communication, where we talk about insightful and educative, informative programs. And this is Kola Johnson, and this program is Leadership technology and the future, and we are examining the relationship between leadership and AI in a world of algorithm. How should leaders see and how should leaders interpret data? There are some questions I have as we continue this. And the first question is, will AI replace human workers? And I agree, if you are one way or the other, around this conversation, this is a very important question that I always come across when I talk about these things. But I'll say that it's not entirely. AI is best at automating routine tasks, detecting patterns, and optimizing systems. Humans, on the other hand, we excel at creativity, empathy, and ethical reasoning. The future is not replacement, but redesign. Come on now. I love this point. Because if we want to look at it, AI has come to stay. So we are not talking about replacement, we are talking about redesign. We are talking about rethinking. We are talking about relearning. The second question I would like to address is, what makes a great leader in the AI era? You see, leaders must combine digital fluency with emotional intelligence. They must understand enough of AI to deploy it wisely, yet never lose sight of the human spirit that drives innovation. Very powerful. And the third question is, what are the risks? Don't forget the first question, will AI replace human workers? Second question, what makes a great leader in the AI era? And the third one is, what are the risks? AI system can be biased, opaque, and over-relied upon. And this is where the human emotional intelligence comes to play. Leaders must enforce ethics, transparency, and accountability to prevent dehumanization. And this is very powerful. Don't just accept everything AI tells you. Whatever information you get from AI, make sure you scrutinize it. Look at it from the human perspective. Let it be more humanistic, and that will help your overall result. Let's look at some thematic pillars of leadership in the AI era. And the first one I want to talk about is digital literacy and data fluency. Leaders don't just need programmers. I have to say that. It's difficult to say, but that's the truth. But they must understand the language of algorithms, automation, and analytics. In fact, the World Economic Forum, they project that AI and automation will create 97 million new roles globally by 2025. But these roles will require leaders who can bridge the gap between technology and people. So you see, even though AI in a way is automating some jobs, that way is also creating other jobs. And that is very important to look at. You look at digital literacy, which means knowing what AI can do and what it cannot. For instance, AI is exceptional at processing large data sets and identifying correlations, but it struggles with context, nuance, and moral judgment. Data fluency, which means being able to interpret AI-generated insights, challenge assumptions, and make evidence-based decisions. A leader who blindly accepts an algorithm's output is not leading. They are surrendering. When AI gives you an information, make sure you put the human side to it. Don't just take it hook, line, and sinker. Make sure, because artificial intelligence, these algorithms can also make mistakes. We've seen them make their own mistakes also, or give false data. Have you done something on ChatGPT and you ask it again in another particular manner, and it tells you that, the data I first gave to you was incorrect? And that is why you must always check every of your data. For example, in Singapore, government agencies have invested heavily in upskilling their public sector leaders with data literacy programs. Ministers and senior officials are trained not just to use AI tools, but to understand their limitations. This ensures policies are data informed but human led. Data informed, human led. Don't forget that word. Number 2, ethical stewardship. The second pillar is about responsibility. It's responsibility. AI must serve humanity, not exploit it. The risks are real. Biased recruitment algorithms, surveillance ecosystems that erode privacy, and opaque black box models that no one can explain. Leaders must therefore champion ethical stewardship, setting guardrails for fairness, transparency, and inclusivity. Without this, organization risks losing both trust and legitimacy. And according to MIT research, 85% of AI projects fail not because the technology is flawed, but because organizations ignore governance, accountability, and trust. Ethics in AI is not abstract. It affects people's lives. It really does affect people's lives. Amazon's scrapped AI hiring tool, which penalize resumes containing the word women. I mean, that's a sobering reminder that unchecked AI can replicate historical biases. Yes, and you have to understand that AI will replicate your biases. It knows it. Don't forget, AI is good at giving data and recognizing patterns, so it can recognize your own biases, and give it to you in that manner. And again, another instance is that in the European Union, regulations like the AI Act now require companies to classify AI systems by risk level. Leaders are directly responsible for ensuring that high-risk systems, such as those in hiring, healthcare, or finance, meet transparency and accountability standards. Very powerful. The third one I would like to talk about is emotional intelligence and empathy. Machines may calculate. I mean, that's true. Don't forget again, they are good at giving data. But only humans can truly connect. In a workplace increasingly augmented by algorithms, empathy becomes the glue that holds organizations together. Emotional intelligence helps leaders build trust, reduce fear, and manage change. And there's this thing in Deloitte survey which revealed that 70% of employees fear AI will replace them. It is the leader's role to calm this anxiety, and we must show that AI is a tool for empowerment, not replacement. Again, I'll refer to what I said the other time. Symbiotic relationship, not replacement. It's not replacement, but redesign, rethinking, and retooling. Empathy also guides difficult decisions, such as reskilling workers whose jobs are being automated, or explaining how data-driven changes will affect teams. And there's an example I will give. At IBM, when Watson AI predicted which employees were at risk of leaving, managers didn't simply act on the data, and this is very good. Instead, they were trained to approach employees with empathy, offering support, career development, and open dialogue. The result was not just retention, but stronger morale. So when AI gives you a data, when it gives you a pattern, yours is not just to follow that pattern, but to ethically look at that pattern. And those who follow this actually get better results, and better result and better organization. The fourth one I want to talk about is agility and continuous learning. Leadership in the era of AI requires agility, the ability to pivot quickly, unlearn outdated practices, and embrace continuous learning. Technology does not evolve in decades anymore; it evolves in months. So in times past, you see that you talk about technology evolving in years, but now in months, technology have evolved. See what it takes to come up with new technologies, electrical technologies as we call them. See what it takes in just months. There is always something evolving. McKinsey estimates that 50% of employees will need reskilling by 2030 due to AI and automation. Leaders themselves are not exempt. They must model a culture of curiosity, adaptability, and experimentation. Continuous learning also means leaders should surround themselves with multidisciplinary teams, combining technologies, ethnics, creativity, and strategies to navigate complexity. Very important. And we have this example in India. Tata Consultancy Services, TCS, launched its AI for Leaders initiative. Senior managers undergo training not only in AI literacy but in agile thinking, preparing them to lead diverse hybrid teams in fast-changing digital environment. It's very important. And I believe that these 4 pillars, digital literacy, ethical stewardship, emotional intelligence, and agility, are not optional extras. They are the foundational stones of leadership in an AI-powered age. I'll say it again. These 4 pillars, digital literacy, ethical stewardship, emotional intelligence, and agility, they are no longer optional. They are not things that you think as options, but they are the foundational stones in a world that is driven by AI, powered by AI, and you want to be relevant in this age. Leaders who neglect them risk obsolescence. Those who embrace them will not only guide their organization successfully, but also help shape a future where technology serves humans better. Very powerful. So let's talk about some real life cases. I just want to mention some real life cases that will help us understand better. I'll start with Unilever UK, or as it were global. Unilever pioneered AI recruitment by using platforms like Hirevu and Pmetrics as it is. AI helped screen thousands of applicants quickly and fairly, but leadership still required human review to ensure empathy and inclusivity. The leadership lesson we must take out of this is AI can accelerate fairness, but trust is built only when humans remain involved. So, this is my view about this thing. AI gives that automation, but humans gives the emotion, the emotional intelligence. So there won't come a time, I believe, where AI will develop such emotional intelligence to take over from humans. I want to talk about IBM. That's in USA. IBM's Watson AI provides managers with predictive insights on employee engagement and retention. And yet, IBM emphasized training leaders to combine this with empathy. Here, AI provides foresight, but leadership provides judgment. And that's one aspect of humans that we must also consider. And I talked about Tata Consulting, I talked about Pinggan Insurance. I will just briefly mention Kenya's banking sector, which is in Africa. Banks in Kenya use AI chatbots and fraud detection systems. Here, leadership faces a unique challenge, balancing efficiency with digital inclusion, ensuring rural customers and those with limited digital literacy are not left behind. Leadership in Africa emphasizes accessibility and equity in AI adoption. Very, very important. So in all of this, something is clear. There has to be a symbiotic relationship between leaders and AI or algorithms. AI will provide the data and patterns, but humans comes with the intelligence, the emotional intelligence required to interpret such data. And even when it comes to recruitment, there has to be a human face to it. Even though AI will give the fast data to analyze, but human face must be acknowledged in it. And here's the conclusion of the matter as I bring this conversation to an end. What do these examples teach us? Whether it's Siemens factory in Germany, Unilever Global HR, Pingant Rapid Claims in China, or Kenya's banking innovation in Africa, the lesson is consistent. AI transforms tasks, but leadership transforms people. The global reality is that AI adoption reflects cultural priorities. In the West, the focus is ethics and fairness. In Asia, it's speed, scale, and precision. In Africa, it's inclusion and access. So it's never the same. But everywhere, leadership remains the binding force. The strongest leaders are those who can harmonize machine efficiency with human dignity. The truth is simple. AI may lead data, but humans must lead in meaning. I'll take that again. That's the simple truth. AI may lead in data, but humans must lead in meaning. I hope you've been enjoying this program. I hope it's been an informative and educative one to you. I hope you've learned something. And this is Amogate Radio Communication. And I come to you every Tuesday to bring you conversations around AI leadership and the future. Technology leadership and the future. I come to you with very powerful data that will drive the conversation. And here is where we'll bring it off tonight. Today. I'll see you again next week as we continue this powerful conversation. I'll bring another topic and we'll look into it and we'll dissect it and we'll learn from it. Hope it's been a wonderful experience. See you again next week. My name is Kola Johnson and this is Amogate Radio Communication.